never slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no.
So even after his first fall, he can get up, the thing will self-deflate. Right.
Winner, this is it, the final lap of Rookies Cup 2025 on its way. The
race now, and Marco Morelli still has the advantage, but David Gonzalez looking for a way past any time. Brian again, and it will go off a second time if he falls off again, which of course he's just done. He wouldn't.
Champion leads them over the line, but who will sign off in P1?
Put your money. Murate has been pushed back there to the back of that pack, but I don't think he's going to just hang in there. Won't reinflate the third time. Anyway, right, 5 laps to go. It's Brian Uriarte. He down. Come on, man.
It's going to be Veda Pratama.
No, Brian has got it for too long. He's already passes it Zenmitani to take up 4th place. Veda Pratama, and not quickest laps from those guys this time around. Marco Morelli, David Gonzalez, Brian has got. You know, and I'm gonna put the money on Morelli.
No,
Morelli
just leap through.
And Brian goes inside. That's an unusual line for him, but he's got that low gear. He can get Smitani has passed Pratama.
Oh, Ramersdorfer and Agostinelli and 3 riders nearly.
Right, so the last lap up the inside comes Veda Pratama. Put the drive out, and he does so. He's alongside Veda Pratama. 51.
Tingapong all gone down. Think must have been at the same corner. That is a disaster.
Pushing Marco Morelli back to 4th place. Zenmitani is yet to show his hand. 1 and 54 side by side down the back straight ahead of the 34 of Zenmitani through the super.
For their final race of the year. That's not what they would have wanted at all, and wow, they've.
Uriarte leads from David Gonzalez.
How good is their run onto this little short straight down here?
For a flat out right-hander. Brian up there, that's all we care about at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Right.
Back to the front, here we go.
Yeah, Brian
down to turn 8, big overtaking opportunity coming up. David Gonzalez is going to go for it. Veda needs the slipstream to try and catch him.
Not allowing Marco Morelli or David Gonzalez to get away. He wants to get back on the. Uriarte has the advantage. He's the cup winner. He's the man to beat, and it's back up. But Brian Uriarte has it. Up the inside comes David Gonzalez, but he can't do it. No, Brian is too good around the tail there. Superb. Just the 5 of them. Marco Morelli is trying to do just that. Just 3.5 laps remaining. So Ramadicha has a track limits warning.
And Morelli still looking up the inside there. Brian.
Now, they really have split away from Karpushin and the rest.
Yeah, 1 point. Looking up the inside, guarding his line, looking for potential overtake, thinking better of it. Other runs eking out a bit of an advantage. It's all going to come down to the back straight, Peter.
Yeah, and what kind of drop?
6 the second the gap was last time around. But Karpushin, you know, very, very strong riders. Set riders are off the track. You see the scrapes on the asphalt there as that sort of happened. So,
if they have onto the back straight, it's Veda Pratama again. He's wide. He hasn't got that drive.
Personal best lap time last time around was half a second quicker than the leaders. So Willie Cini can't push in as well. Monignane.
Just 3 laps remaining then. It's Brian Uriarte with the slipstream of David Gonzalez, and Veda's got to catch up.
Be able to respond with 6 laps to go. Morelli has.
Well, that's right. I mean, as you say, now with 5 guys, you still can't really have a last lap plan. I've talked about it because you know he hadn't got the drive out onto the back straight.
The question is, Peter, is it going to be Larry Lunge?
Doable, isn't it? That gap is not huge. Morelli, the fastest lap of the race so far. This with Brian Uriarte several times through the year. And he says, you know, you can think about what you might do on the line.
Uriarte to the win, or is it going to be Dive Bomb David in 2nd place? That's what we want to see.
And Brian Uriarte. But really, you've just got to deal with whatever happens. And he says, I just do whatever I can at the time. Brian Uriarte has the advantage, but he's got to hold off David Gonzalez.
No, Brian. It's not. No. They've really pulled the pin, haven't they? Yeah, they have really pulled the pin, big style, as they cross the line.
But of course, you know, that's exactly what happened yesterday. He didn't know coming down the back straight. No, it's Brian again, and he's got it. He won't be passed through the last corners. And
can't push in a full 2.5 seconds adrift, actually.
David Gonzalez was going to outbrake himself, but he was positioned there just to take advantage. And he's going to pick up the record now. number of victories. Veda Pratama is there in third place, but it's
Went up big time in the final sector alone. So this is a real chasing group. I don't think they're going to be...
And as he said, you know, I was breaking super late, and when David went even deeper, he thought, well, something's going to... Up the inside comes David Gonzalez!
Go on, David! Go on, have some of that!
Brian's going to get the drive out, but
Is
he's
he?
surely...
To catch back on, they've got to do something very special. Morelli's doing what he did back in Assen last year. He's just basically...
happened. He hung back and just nipped inside him to take the win. That was absolutely superb stuff.
The last couple of rounds, but don't forget he's got 2 podiums so far this year. Has saying, I'm absolutely having it. If you're quick enough, come with. If not, I'll see you at Part Ferme, chaps. Mind the last of the late breakers here as well in towards turn 8. He guards his line superbly. The Italian rider. I know he's also won races here in Misano in the European Talent Cup.
That's right. Now, Benyat Fernandez, as I say, he's carrying a wrenched arm into this. Also carrying a sort of a small...
Commanding out front, you can go off track there, that's blue, it's not green, that's all fine. It's all starting to get it previously as well, so really keep your eye on...
Injury is Zen-Matani. Up the inside goes Brian Ariarte to take second.
Bit tasty now, Gonzalez push back a little bit, Matani give a bit of pressure at... Oh, Veda him, but also the 95, Marco Morelli just behind him.
Yeah, and there's the 13 in next place from David Gonzalez. Superb stuff.
Going to rename him Larry Lunge after that one, Veda.
Yeah, as I say, I think that is still Zen-Matani not somebody out of the way there. He knows Agostinelli. He knows he's got to make his way through. He can't,
because that was brilliant.
But it was the David Gonzalez move, really, wasn't it, on the brakes? But yeah, anyway, fighting his way, not sticking his elbows out at the moment. There's 3 laps to go, 2.5 laps to go. I think 4, to be nice about it, 14 laps remaining. As you say, Pucciolesi, you know, he enjoys riding at home. He replayed that superbly. So now Zen-Matani is at the back of that group. He came into the weekend carrying a... He's going to do the same as yesterday. We're going to see his best on the last couple of laps. So it's still Brian Ariarte that he's got a huge fan following here. He said he loves the track. He says Mugello's even better, but I have fun here. I'm going to shoulder, and said that in the first race he just hung in the group, you know, because he leads over Marco Morelli. David Gonzalez, disappointed not to win. Yes, to have a great... I can't wait to ride tomorrow, he said.
Well, on they come to the back straight. Well,
you know, he wanted to save the shoulder as much as possible. Then over the last couple of laps, he said, I just closed today. So determined to do it today.
Tell you what, Brian is one of the 2 back straights, I think I'd call this one. It's Brian Ariarte and David Gonzalez. My
mind to the pain, closed my mind, looked ahead and went for it. And he said, I'm going to do